Historical Vikings were seafaring Norsemen from Scandinavia, mainly what is now Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, who lived from the late 8th century to the early 11th century. They were known for making long journeys that included raiding, trading, and exploration. Vikings were made up of landowning chieftains and clan leaders, their vassals, freemen, and energetic younger clan members who sought adventure and prey overseas. These Scandinavians were independent farmers at home, but robbers and raiders at sea. During the Viking Age, the Scandinavian countries seemed to have a virtually inexhaustible surplus of human resources, and there was almost no shortage of skilled leaders who could organize groups of warriors to form conquering bands and armies. These gangs sailed the seas in their longships and lightning-dark raids on towns and villages along the coasts of Europe. Their plundering, pillaging, and murder earned them the name Vikinger, meaning pirate, in early Scandinavian languages. The Vikings are perhaps most famous for their raids on monasteries and cities throughout Europe, such as Lindisfarne in 793 AD. They also explored vast areas, even reaching into North America, and there is evidence of Norse settlement in Greenland and Newfoundland, Reims. Viking society was complex, with a strong emphasis on warrior culture and navigation. They had a rich oral tradition, with stories of gods and heroes told as sagas and poems. The Norse pantheon included gods such as Odin, Thor, and Loki. The heavily defended Carolingian Empire never experienced Viking settlements on the same scale as Britain, and Scandinavian influence on the continent's languages and institutions is very small outside of Normandy. However, raids occurred sporadically until the end of the Viking Age, and by the 10th century, settlements along the Seine River had become the core of the Duchy of Normandy, the only lasting achievement of the Vikings in Charlemagne's Old Empire. After the 11th century, Viking chieftains became a thing of the past. Norway and Sweden no longer had the strength for external adventures, and Denmark had become a conquering power, able to absorb the more rebellious sections of its population into its own royal army. Olaf II Haraldsson of Norway was virtually the last Viking chieftain in the ancient independent tradition, before he became king in 1015. The Viking Age gradually came to an end as the Scandinavian kingdoms consolidated and adopted Christianity. This decline was also influenced by growing resistance from the kingdoms they had previously invaded. The Vikings left a lasting impression on the areas they interacted with, influencing the culture, language, and even political structures of parts of Europe.